Minecraft's glass texture has seen quite a few changes over the years. You may remember in the early days when it was very rough, with a lot of grittiness to the texture and lines running throughout the otherwise transparent faces of the block. What's kind of crazy, or at least was to me when I was researching this topic, is that this texture lasted way longer than I remember. I guess I thought this glass texture was changed early on, but glass actually didn't get its more transparent modern look all the way until version 1.14. This is the texture we still know and love today. However, what you may not know is that glass had a texture before all of this. A texture that looked blue and weird. This was all the way back in June 2009, when Notch was working on the earliest versions of the game and keeping track of things in his Tumblr blog, The Word of Notch. In this time period, Notch kept track of everything via game versioning, but rarely released builds of Minecraft to the public. This led to a couple things down the road. One, there are hundreds of effectively lost classic versions due to this, and two, any early testing he did, textures or block functionality with specific blocks that were subsequently changed before being released is also lost. As Notch has publicly stated, he doesn't have any old stuff backed up anywhere. This is the exact case we see with glass. So what happened? Well, Notch created the first semi-transparent block and tinted it this light blue color. He then asked his blog and asked some game dev forums for people's opinion, and the sentiment was almost universal. This looks like ice. And so on the literal same day Notch asked about it, he recolored all the light blue to be totally transparent instead, giving it the same glass texture he had released in the development screenshots, which was sort of a chaotic blue and gray gritty texture. Then, he changed his mind again, which was again on this same day, and created the classic glass texture Minecraft had for a literal decade. What's crazy is that the time between these three versions is actually known, using timestamps of old IRC channel logs. The icy blue glass texture version was compiled June 19, 2009 at 22:35 UTC. It was changed to the development gritty texture about an hour later, right around 23:30 UTC. Then Notch claimed glass looks pretty bad, and then changed it to the texture we know literally 10 minutes later at 23:40 UTC. This means the first glass texture had a lifespan of under an hour, probably one of the shortest, if not the shortest lived textures in Minecraft history. Now, the story of glass doesn't stop here, it gets even better. I've mentioned this group before, but I'll mention them again, the Omni Archive. The Omni Archive is a group of Minecraft archivists dedicated to digging up lost versions, uncovering these exact version times I mentioned, helping find lost Minecraft media, and preserving stories just like this one I am telling you all today. So on the topic of lost media, there was a known lost video dealing with the glass texture. In the IRC chat taking place that day, Notch actually had some people test the versions he was working on. One of those people was a guy named greenslimy. greenslimy happened to take a video using the classic, nostalgic, unregistered Hypercam 2 of this exact version using the blue glass texture. This would become the only known video documentation of the texture. However, this video was never kept up and it became lost, with the only record of its existence being in the archived IRC log. When archivists caught wind of this, it was all hands on deck to get in touch with greenslimy for a Hail Mary to find the old video. And well, this year, 2023, that happened. greenslimy was found. And somehow, luckily, 14 years later, greenslimy still had that video saved on an old hard drive he had stored away. The file was turned over to the Omni Archive and is now preserved and locked in for the rest of forever. Watching the video is quite the trip to the past. Unregistered Hypercam 2 watermark and a full desktop recorded view of Windows XP. A glimpse into the IRC chat log on that historic day. And of course, an excellent view of greenslimy building a small house with the blue glass. This is an iconic moment for Minecraft history that very, very few people probably know about or ever knew existed. This is one of my favorite short Minecraft history stories, as it involves so many things that if you watch any of my videos, you know I have a passion for sharing and talking about. Nostalgia, community, history, archiving, and hunting for old, thought-to-be-lost content. It's inspiring, and I think this is only just the beginning of uncovering some forgotten minor details and complex history in the long, extensive Minecraft timeline. So with that, thanks for watching, subscribe, like, and share this with your buddies, and I'll see you in the next video.